Welcome or welcome back to Lift You Up Inspiring Health Stories. I'm your host, Tamika Bickham. I'm the founder and chief storyteller of TB Media Group, but for the purpose of this podcast, I am your health and happiness matchmaker. Now, before I introduce you to today's guest, you know what I'm going to ask you to do. Hit subscribe on YouTube, turn on those notifications, and connect with me on LinkedIn. I'd love to stay connected with you. Now, today, you're going to meet a fighter. Yes, literally a fighter. I know this is all about health and happiness. But what I learned today from Diego De Vera is that fighting is all about building connections and confidence. Our physical, mental, and emotional health is not just a want. It is a need for happy lives and prosperous businesses. Lift You Up is the podcast where we share inspiring health stories from business owners who are fulfilling their purpose to live their healthiest lives and helping you do the same. From former TV reporter to marketing entrepreneur and content creator, I care about sharing stories that matter and stories that connect us. I'm your host, Tamika Bickham, your health and wellness matchmaker. Well, today I'm so excited to meet virtually for the first time and learn so much more about Diego De Vera, who is the owner and founder of Kozone. Hey, Diego.
Hello. How are you?
I'm so good. It's so nice to meet you. How are you?
Super good. Happy to meet you.
Absolutely. So I'm really interested in today's topic, which you said is all about striking. You know, we keep everything health, wellness, happiness focused here. And I am really interested to learn more about your profession, your gym, your journey. So tell us first a little bit about Kozone and what you do there.
Kozone is like a dream that I have long time ago. Even when I started with my martial art journey in Argentina, when I was 9 years old. So I always have a dream to open my own gym in my country. I never thought in my life that I'm gonna have one of the most known martial arts gyms. I don't wanna say in the world, right? But I have people coming from all around the world here. I started when I was 9 years old, doing Taekwondo when I was a kid. My dad was into the sports. He used to be a goalkeeper in a big team in Argentina and a swimmer. But we all in my family, even my granddad and all the people was into martial arts. So they always want me to do sports and also martial arts, right? But the martial arts give me more, they teach me how to keep doing the things under adversity to become better. For me, it's good to teach, even my kids, I have 4 kids and all of them are into martial arts too. It's good to teach them how to fight, but not with the mentality of going outside and fight with people. No, how to fight in life. Because every day when you wake up in the morning, you have to open the door and go outside and fight for make money for your living, fight to pay the mortgage, and you never know. So it's better to have a mentality of perseverance and consistency. And the martial art is a great way to learn all that,
So you got started at a young age in martial arts because your family is very involved in that. They introduced you to it. And then, I think I wrote down here that you ended up as the Pan American champion in South America for full contact kickboxing. So you really came up through the sport. So tell me about that and how you really honed in on your skills as an athlete.
So you grow in the sport, and I transfer to go something harder. That it was a kickboxing, right? And you don't start like a pro. You start with the first before fighting pro. Even now here in MMA, before becoming a professional, you have to do at least 5 amateur fights. So in my journey, when I started doing professional, I came here to this country when the economy collapsed in Argentina because the company that I used to work sent me here. And I remember I couldn't find a good place to train. Even if there are now is more popular at that time, there used to be places who teach cardio kickboxing and cardio boxing. That is the one on the backs and with music. That's not the same that we do in professional thing,
Okay.
So I started training myself at the Flamingo Park in South Beach.
Mm-hmm.
When I realized I made like some kind of bag or whatever, I started training for myself. And one day, one guy came, hey, I like how you move. Can I train with you? Yeah, come. I don't know, 1 month, 2 months later, I was running in the park with 15, 20 people behind me. Because I
Really?
start bringing people. One day, one guy came here, Danny Hawk from Normandy Gym. That was on 2005, 6, something like that. He told me that he was opening a gym and if I want to go with the people that I have to teach over there. So that was when I started teaching here in USA. But I teach
Okay.
my whole life.
So
So from there,
Go back to leaving Argentina. What made you leave? You said the economy collapsed there.
on 2001, the economy collapsed, the banks closed. So for example, in my case, my dad couldn't pay the loans that he had for the warehouse, for the house. We lost everything. We lost the trucks. We lost all the stuff, all the things that we have. And I used to start working in another company, and that company told me, "Hey, do you want to go to try to USA?" I say, "Of course.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to come to this country? And even better in Miami."
What is it that you like about fighting so much?
It's a good one, eh? What I like about fighting. I make the best friends in my life fighting with them. That's how we started the relationship in a ring. And then we become like this. One day I wrote something one day, for example, I have a guy after the fight, right? There was 5 minutes round that I have an MMA fight with him. And we became like brothers. I was punching him, he punched me back, I was hugging him, I feel his sweat, his blood over me, all right? And there was a thing about how we respect each other at the end. So that's why you see, the fight, there's a fight, hey, I'm gonna kill you, and this and that. And at the end, you feel both of them hugging each other. How many times you saw that on the fights?
Not too many.
Not too many, you sure? Check every fight.
Though I don't watch too many fights, I will tell you.
But start watching fight, you will see. At the end, they do all the show for selling tickets and all that stuff, like now those YouTubers. But at the end of the fight, you saw both of them hugging each other, grabbing, talking, because the connection that you have with the other people in the fight is like nothing else. So one of the things that about the fighting is the martial art respect,
Mm-hmm.
It
brings people closer together in a sense.
That's the word.
So I want to understand the mindset. Like, let's say you're fighting somebody the first time. What is your mindset going into that?
One day I fought a guy that was my idol. Where I saw him, I want to fight like this. And one day I am fighting with him. And I won. And I have an admiration from him because he was such a great athlete, a guy who was training 4 times a day, working, and this guy is amazing, and the technique. And I won, and I have so much respect for him.
So going into it, though, is your mindset one of connection in advance, or that only happens after the fight? Being connected.
Both.
Yeah.
Also, that also depends of the person, right? Not all the people is the same. Some people needs to be mad with the opponent. Some people you see him go fighting and smiling and enjoying the moment. So it's depend the people, depend the person, depend the background. There's a lot of factors that change.
You moved here and you were in the uniform manufacturing when you moved here to the US, but you were going to a park to train because there was really no place to train in South Florida.
At that time, it was a couple, but I just get here. I couldn't find anything. I went to a couple of schools to train. And the way was different. Here was more commercial, more into getting money for the people, and sell a fantasy. Yeah, I'm gonna teach you self-defense. I'm gonna teach you how to fight, and that doesn't work like that. In my prime, I was a great athlete, and I wanna find a place to really train hard with the best one, and I couldn't find it. So I started training myself, and I keep going. Now there is places everywhere. Became so popular that even a lot of people that I used to train open their own gym around here, no? And I work with my people to train to their gym. They come here. I try to be like a community, a family,
Mm-hmm. So you started. So when the guy from the park says, "Hey, I'm starting a gym over here," bring the 15, 20 people that you kind of just started training organically at the park. You went over there. At what point did you start your gym? How did that happen?
So I had my savings, and I had one of my students who we were really close. It was the time that here, 2007, 2008, that there was an economic problem here too with the real estate and all that stuff. So let's say, why we don't open a gym? We open a gym. We open a small location on Biscayne Boulevard and 50 with 4,000 square foot, and we start doing good. It was as soon as we started with all the people that I have, we were able to pay the rent and split $100 for each. So when you open a business, the first month, if you are able to get $100, trust me, it's good. And after that, we continue growing. It wasn't easy because the rents here in Miami are crazy. Mm-hmm. And now I have this place. I have like a 15,000 square foot with top of the line equipment, like a super nice place on close to Midtown.
Congratulations. That's exciting. Over how many years have you done this?
15.
Where you started? Over 15 years.
15. And in those 15 years, I saw a lot of gyms opening and close. It's sad, right? Because when you have a business, you have all your expectations, you put all your money, everything is too expensive, but it's not easy.
What do you think is the key for you to stay open and thrive and grow when it may seem from the outside that people here don't really want to be a true athlete, that they want to just look good for Instagram?
The key is being true, being who you are. Don't sell fake things to the people. I always tell the people, do your research. Mm-hmm. See who is your trainer. See who he trains. Don't look at him. Don't think because he's looking great and have a great body and he's gonna be the same to you, right? Because maybe he's 24/7 living for himself and working on fitness. You have to work, you have to take care of your kids, you have to take care of your family, you have to do a lot of things. It's not so easy. So that's, I think, is the main thing that makes me last for so long, and having a good reputation. And another important thing, that you are into healthy lifestyle and being happy, all that stuff, right? I tell the people, what you want to do when you come here? No, I want to lose weight. I want to learn this, and I want to learn that. And I tell them the most important thing for you is coming here and get fun and be happy here. Because when you come to a place that you see everything smiling, we know attitude, talking each other. I have members who comes on the weekend or during the week. They don't come to train, but they come here to see the people. Like a social club, mm-hmm. to interact. And they bring the kids to play because they're doing martial arts, and after the class, they go here outside, they play, they do, a group of friends. Mm-hmm. So that is the most important thing. And that makes me last for so long.
Who is martial arts right for? And how can it help people stay healthy?
I think it's for everybody, The psychological part of the martial arts is super important. For example, in my personal case, when I met my ex-wife, Marisa, she came from a super bad relationship with her ex-husband. She used to hit her and all that stuff. So my daughter, that was her daughter with the other guy, Bianca, she was 2-3 years old, and she grew up in that
that environment.
Bad environment. The guy took the girl. He went to his house. My ex-wife had to go to pick up the daughter with the police, and she was crying. So when she was 4, 5, 6 years old, she didn't want to talk with the people. He was scared of everything, always crying and that stuff. So she started doing martial arts with me. So the martial arts gave her the extra confidence, and it helped her to open another way that you see her now. Is the sweetest girl ever, talk with everybody, has to show up, everybody love her. She's studying business in the university. It's another person, and continue doing martial arts, right? So I think that it's good for every kind of people. For the people who has too much stress at work, I think in different aspects in life, there are always going to be something positive about, or something that's going to help you if you do martial arts.
Yeah, so it
Depends
sounds
with,
like it sounds like it really is a lot of confidence
of course,
building and how you it changes how you feel about yourself.
of course, of course. They give you another, even if you don't realize, they give you a sense of security. So with my partner, we did a show that names Unbreakable Mind, that we took 5 people with super bad, it was a reality show, was super bad life experience. One of the women was victim of sexual trafficking.
Mm.
He was kidnapped for like 6 months. Another woman was her ex-husband break her head with a baseball bat. People and we trained them for 5 days to the limit. And if you have the opportunity, I'm gonna send you the link later. You can see that show. You have to see at the end how the people respond after the training and the confidence that they learn or they get after all the things that we teach them in martial arts.
I definitely want to link to that. You said it's like a 5-day training, right? I want to link to that below in the show notes, so make sure to send me that. Is there anything in your life that you feel like a challenge or something that happened in your life where you're like, I was able to get through this because of martial arts?
Yeah,
What was that?
because all the sport that I did in my life, I'm not only did martial art. I used to play soccer too. I used to do powerlifting. And remember, fighters, we run a lot, running on the concrete and stuff. So when I was 40 years old, I have arthritis on my hips to the point that the bone, the femur was stuck with the hips. So you can imagine the pain. And for me, sport is my life. So I went to different doctors and they told me, no, you have to get out of the sport. I said, no, I'm not gonna get out of the sport. Yeah, you can do, you're not gonna be able to do that. You need a bilateral hip replacement. So I say, well, I do the bilateral hip replacement. Yeah, but if we do the bilateral hip replacement, you're not gonna be able to do squats anymore. You're not gonna be able to run. You're not gonna be able to kick or do all the stuff. So I keep going and going and going and going and going until I find the right doctor, Dr. William Burke, that in 2 years ago, 3 years ago, he's a sport athlete doctor, right? He do the surgery and he changed my hips completely. I have prosthetic hips. I was able to continue what I love, and even better than before. I have more flexibility, I move better, I run faster, and jump higher. But that's why, for the martial art, I didn't quit. Because everybody told me, no, okay, stop, wait 10, 15 years to get a surgery because you're too young, and you can do more than 2, 3 surgeries of the same thing, because after a while, the prosthesis, you have to change it. So because of the martial arts, I was able to continue moving forward. And not only that, when I came to this country, everything was so hard that I don't care. I keep going and going and going. If I fail, I stand up and I keep going. And I learned that from the martial arts and the sport.
What do you mean that everything was so hard?
You come from another country. I speak zero English, nothing, zero. I was trying to sell uniforms and I wasn't able to speak English. I didn't have a car. So I went in the bus from all the way around from the hotel restaurant with a suitcase in summer with my tie, sweating. Trying to go to Doral, spent 2 hours on the bus to go to Doral, to the meetings. I went before I go to the bathroom, wash my face, came back, and I came with a visa L1. But the visa, if the company doesn't work, I didn't renew my visa. So I had to make that company work. If it's not, I have to go back to Argentina. Right. And I didn't want to go back to Argentina.
You have to make that company money so that you can stay.
I think that I work in 9 days a week, not 7.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So that's why it wasn't easy, So.
And martial arts.
But if you guys you can make it this year.
So you have prosthetic hips. What does that mean, and how has that affected you in your training and how you work at the gym with your clients?
Having the surgery was one of the best things that happened to me, because I was in so much pain for years that changed completely. And doesn't affect me in anything. No, now I am super good. I'm great.
Okay, wonderful. I love to hear it. So congratulations on all that you've accomplished. Lastly, I do want to ask, you mentioned that Kozone is really for everyone, right? Like any
Of
type of
course.
person can benefit from having this type of sport in their life. How do you think it helps people stay healthier or live healthier?
Because when you get involved on the martial art, you always it's like you get addicted. You know, you want to learn and learn and learn and learn. And one day you come here and you start kicking low. Maybe you can kick the legs from someone, or you can do a grappling technique or whatever. But next day is another one, and you see that you start kicking higher and higher, and you start moving better. So that helps you to say, well, you know what, I'm gonna train harder to get at that point. And you see the other people train here, and we motivate each other
Yeah.
to become better.
So just more athleticism. People, I'm sure, lose weight. They build muscle, and all
Of course, you start feeling good with yourself. That is the most important thing, you know. I don't care what the other thing think about me. I don't care if I am good, bad, or whatever. But if I feel good with myself, it's like when you go in the plane is going down, right? You have to put the mask and save yourself. So you have to be good yourself internally and your body and the stuff to feel good. One of the best things that happened in my life is when my kids come to me and tell me, Papi, I want to be like you. I want to fight like you. I want to do this like you. But if I was a guy who was sedentary, drinking, watching TV, who want to be like that? So I think that the fitness, not only the martial art, right? Not only the martial art, fitness, and the healthy way of living is super important in all the aspects of the life, because it's the foundation of everything.
Right. Because if you are not healthy, you cannot help anybody else.
Of course. Of course.
Now, Diego, how can people learn more about you and Kozone? Give us the social media, the website, all the places that we can link to.
Social media, the website, kozoneusa.com, or Kozone Real World on Instagram. And you can come here. You know, I also give free passes to the people to come, to train, to join the place, to see how it feels. It's not like you're going to come here, say, okay, you have to sign like another global machine. You have to sign a membership. You can tell me, Diego, I want to try this. Okay, go try, see. And I'm sure, because I saw it for years, when you come here and you see the place, the vibe, and all that stuff, the people sign for this. We don't push anybody to sign agreement or pay, whatever, until they don't want. So the best thing to know about us is coming here and have the experience.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you want?
And when are you coming?
Whenever you'll have me. I want to check it. I've always wanted to try. I always wanted to try boxing for a very long time.
Bueno, you know where to go now.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you wanted to add that I didn't ask you?
No, just tell the people, to get out after all this time, all these crazy years that we have, enjoy the life, because now you know what is not being able to do things, right? So be happy with the little things that you have that are more important, right? Your loved ones, your family, not the material things, because that you have it today, and next year you wanna want something different. But go outside, enjoy where you live, help people. That is super good. Okay, and let's be a good community without all the fighting that I'm seeing. Even if I am a fighter, you know who is the people who let's fight?
Who?
The fighters. Because we don't need anything to prove.
Thank you, Diego.
That's the most important thing. You're welcome.
Nice having you on the show.
All right, thank you.
I hope you enjoyed hearing Diego's story, which is one of entrepreneurship, growing up, learning martial arts and fighting, coming here to the US, and honestly overcoming so many odds to build a business for the last 15 years. So make sure you connect with him. All of his information about him and his gym is below in the show notes. And hey, if you're not already connected with me, I want you to do that too. I'm on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the good stuff. And hey, don't forget about YouTube. That's where you're likely watching this if you're not listening on your favorite podcast app. So make sure you turn on notifications while you subscribe right there on YouTube. And hey, we'll stay connected. That way you won't forget about next week's episode, because we'll be back each and every week. So until then, and I see you back, stay happy, stay healthy.